Hey guys, I thought we'd actually do a pipe channel content today. So I am smoking my fourth Christmas blend of the season. I started out with Watch City Santa Sac. I went to second day was Boswell's Christmas cookie. The third day was Cornell and Deal's corn cob pipe and a button nose. And day four is Cornell and Deal's Golden Days of Yore. I'd never heard of it. I don't think I've ever heard any of you even talk about it, but I ordered some and I thought I'd do a review of it, or at least mine. I have smoked one bowl, so I thought I'd do it here. Um, so if you want to see something that's hard to print, a 60-year-old man, you print slightly off-white print on a green background. I mean, that is tough to read. Cameras even have a tough time focusing on it. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read to you what Cornell and Deal says about it. Got to use my trusty light. It says a festive mix of red and golden Virginias, black Cavendish, dark fire Kentucky, and Catarini leaf. Golden Days of Yore marries the natural complexity and sweetness of our finest tobacco varietals with the traditional flavors and aromas of the season, sure to bring the holiday spirit to even the hardest of hearts. And that's Cornell and Deal, Golden Days of Yore. It was tinned on 8/21 of this year. That's about when I bought it. So the next thing I'll do is read what our buddy Jim Inks says about it. His read a lot alike. I mean, I've read 8 or 10 of them this year on here. Anyway, this is what he writes. Jim Inks writes about Golden Days of Yore. The smoky, woody, earthy, herbal, lightly sour and sweet, floral, mildly spicy Catarini takes a light lead overall in this. He calls it the 2020 version, so maybe he hasn't reviewed this version apparently. Tag teaming for the top spot is the tangy, dark, fruity red Virginia. It provides a lot of earth, wood, bread, some sugar, light floralness, and spice with a touch of vinegar. The floral, sugary, grassy, hay-like tart and tangy, citrusy, toasted, bready, vegetative, mildly spicy, bright Virginias are secondary players. The spicy, woody, earthy, floral, herbal, lightly nutty, dark fire Kentucky is a slot above being a condiment. The sugary black Cavendish are condiments. The nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, and ginger spices are the lead toppings. The chocolate is close behind them in terms of effect, and the dark rum is almost as potent as the chocolate. The toppings moderately sublimate the tobaccos, but they also cohesively work with the varietals to create a homogeneous, deeply rich, sweet, holiday, very spicy, floral flavor. The strength is medium. The taste is a step past the medium mark. The nick hit is a notch below the strength level. Won't bite or get harsh and has just a few small rough edges. Burns cool and clean to the finish. Leaves little dampness in the bowl and requires an average number of relights. It has a pleasantly lingering aftertaste and room note. It's not quite an all-day smoke, but it is certainly repeatable. So that's what he says. And actually, now that I read this, he wrote this in 2020. So it was a previous edition. How much is that different from this one? I have no idea. I can't find a Jim Inks 2024 review yet. So that's what Cornell and Deal says about it. That's what Jim Inks says about it. Now let's take a look ourselves. All right, so I already opened this. I pulled the puck off and everything, but it's basically this looks like this. I've poured some onto my tobacco tray. It's your basic ribbon cut. There's all sorts of colors in there, light and dark, medium. There are some big chunks that come through almost like it's almost like a crumble cake's been broken up in here. But anyway, the smell The tin note, when I get my nose in it, is I smell leather. I smell sweet, like maybe a fruit sweet, a dark fruit sweetness. Those are the two, man. You know, I always get like two. I can't get to that third, fourth, 10th smell. It's quite pleasing. There's a tobacco sweetness to it, a fruit sweetness to it. And those are the two I get. So I'm gonna leave it there. But it's a nice tin note. I do enjoy it. I'm not sure. I guess the fruity sweetness is maybe what makes it a holiday blend. Um, I don't instantly think the holidays when I smell really any of these, like I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if any of these are true. Because of how they taste, they make you think of Christmas or the holiday season. And I would add this to that list. Smells good. I like it. Do you get instant visions of the holidays? Sugar plum fairies and things like that. I don't. All right, I've loaded up my second bowl. It loads pretty easy. It's I it would pack. You could really pack it in there. It's nice and packable. I tend to light light tamp my pipes, loose pack them. I find it lights pretty well. I would call it it's not dry, but it's not moist either. Again, it lit pretty well. You know, 5, 6 light puffs. I'm not even sure what to call it. You know what? Light it, draw it in. There's 3 more. Got good smoke. To me, it's a satisfying amount of smoke that comes off that. Got a good mouth feel. It's not bold at all. Jim called it medium plus. I guess I would call it medium. I get a creaminess. I get a lightness to it. I just taste the tobacco. Again, it's my second bowl. I got to go with nothing special. It's not bad. It tastes good. I like it. But do I recommend it? I don't think so. So far, it's definitely the fourth of the 4. I would either put a Christmas cookie or corncob pipe with a button nose as number 1 and number 2. They're so close. They're interchangeable. Third place goes to Santa Sack, and currently fourth place. And I think by a distant ways, I would put Golden Days of Yore. Maybe that's why we haven't heard much about it. It's good. It's tasty, but it's nothing special. Ooh, that stung me a little bit on the exhale, or on the retrohale. Sorry. So that's the tough part for me too when I review, because I'm saying it's not great, but it's not bad. It's a very enjoyable tobacco. But there are others I'd recommend first if you're looking for a Christmas blend. If your Christmas blends are kind of fleshed out and you were going to add one, yeah, this makes sense then. Golden Days of Yore makes sense for that. All right, I'm going to sit quiet and enjoy this bowl and see if anything else comes to mind. I'm going to go through some of the words Jim uses because I do agree with some of them and I don't get any of the rest. Smoky, woody, earthy. I get that. If you like that dark fired, if you like that earthy, woody, that's great. If you like the floral, if you like the spicy, if you like tart and tangy, citrusy, I don't get any of that in this. He claims there's nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, and ginger in here. I'm not saying it's not, but boy, my mouth doesn't get any of it. Really, I kind of stop at those first few words. Smoky, woody, earthy. I get that. Again, good, just not great. Good, just doesn't speak holidays to me. All right, let me summarize this and shut up and get the video out. Again, reviewing Golden Days of Yours by Cornell and Deal. It was tinned in August of this year. I think maybe it needs to age. Try it again next year. Since I have the tin open, I'll go ahead and smoke the rest this year, but I won't open anymore. It is a good tobacco. You hear my dogs groaning over here. It's a good tobacco. It's not a great tobacco. It's a good 4th or 5th addition to your Christmas blends. If you like that earthy, I always talk about the earthy side versus that light and spicy side. It's more the dark side, which I like. If you missed it, I don't even know if you can buy it anymore. If you missed it, I wouldn't worry about it. If you can find it at a good deal, pick one up and see what you think. It is not a rush out and try to find it, though, that's for sure. All right, guys, that's the end of this one. I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.